the faces evil. Wares. When people hear the word demon, they imagine something out of an old painting. Horns, red skin, glowing eyes, maybe a forked tail. But in real life, the demons that destroy you don't walk in with fire and fangs. They walk in with a smile. Evil in its purest form rarely announces itself. It doesn't slam through the door yelling, "I'm here to ruin your life." Instead, it slips quietly into your world. It blends in. It becomes someone you trust, someone you admire, someone you maybe even love. And here's the chilling truth. By the time you realize what they are, they've already drained your peace, twisted your thoughts, and made you doubt your own reality. In many cultures, demon is not just a supernatural term. It's a label for someone whose presence in your life is deeply destructive, soul-level poisonous. These people are not simply toxic in the casual sense. They operate with intention, whether conscious or not, to control, weaken, and feed off the light in others. Philosopher Friedrich Nietzsche once warned, "Beware that, when fighting monsters, you yourself do not become a monster." Why? Because the true danger of a demon in human form is not just what they do to you, it's what they can turn you into if you're not vigilant. In this video, we're not going to talk about mild personality clashes or people who simply annoy you. We're talking about the 5 unmistakable signs that someone in your life is operating from a place so dark, so manipulative, so spiritually corrosive, that keeping them close will eventually destroy you from the inside out. I'm going to break each sign down, showing 1. The surface behavior you'll notice. 2. The hidden motive behind it. The cost to your mental, emotional, and even physical health. Because once you can spot these signs early, you can protect yourself before it's too late. Before your light is dimmed, before your spirit is compromised, before you start mistaking abuse for love. The first step in protecting your soul is learning to see through the disguise. And once you see clearly, you'll never let the mask fool you again. Comment below. What part of today's affirmation, "What you think, you become," resonated with you most deeply? Why do you think it struck a chord? Your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you're serious about changing the way you think and showing up as your highest self every single day, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss your daily mental reset. Chapter 1. They twist reality. Until you doubt your own mind. A real demon in human form is not satisfied with simply lying to you. Ordinary liars just want you to believe something false. A demon wants you to question your own ability to know the truth at all. This tactic is often called gaslighting, a form of psychological warfare where they subtly, consistently distort facts, memories, and even your own emotions until your sense of reality is blurred. Start small. You remember a conversation one way, they insist it never happened. You point out something they said last week. They laugh and say you're imagining things. You react to hurtful behavior. They tell you you're overreacting or too sensitive. Over time, this is not just about disagreement. It's about erasing your confidence in your own perception. Why? Because once you stop trusting your own mind, you will need theirs. You will lean on them to interpret reality for you. And that's when they own you. The hidden motive. A demon's hunger is not just for control. It's for your surrender. By twisting reality, they place themselves in the position of sole authority. You start to doubt yourself before you even open your mouth. You hesitate to confront them because, in your head, you're already wrong. The cost to you: chronic self-doubt, anxiety that feels like walking on eggshells, loss of confidence in decision-making, isolation from people who might tell you the truth. The philosopher Plato once said, "We can easily forgive a child who is afraid of the dark, The real tragedy of life is when men are afraid of the light. Gaslighting is designed to make you afraid of the light of truth, the light of clarity, the light of your own judgment. The antidote: write things down, document conversations, trust the quiet voice in your gut. It's older and wiser than any manipulator's words. And most importantly, verify reality with trusted people outside the demon's influence. If they try to isolate you from those people, that's the proof you need. Chapter 2. They feed off your pain and chaos. Ordinary selfish people take advantage of you when it's convenient. A real demon creates situations to feed on your energy. They are emotional predators. They feel most alive when you are breaking down. These are the people who instigate drama right before an important moment in your life. Pick fights when you're already struggling. Keep bringing up your deepest wounds, not to help you heal them, but to reopen them. To them, your pain is not collateral damage. It's the main course. The hidden motive. Pain gives them power. When you're hurting, you're distracted, you're weaker, and you're easier to control. Chaos makes you desperate for stability, and they position themselves as the one who can calm things down, often after they're the ones who caused the storm. This cycle is not accidental. It's designed to 1. Break you down emotionally. 2. Offer temporary relief. 3. Keep you hooked in a constant loop of dependency. It's the same strategy abusers use in toxic relationships. Abuse, comfort. Abuse again. The brief moments of kindness feel like salvation, and you start craving the very person who's hurting you. The cost to you: constant emotional exhaustion, feeling like you can't think clearly anymore. Unexplainable guilt or shame, addiction to their approval, even when they treat you badly. Philosopher and writer Hannah Arendt once said, "The most radical revolutionary will become a conservative the day after the revolution." In the same way, a demon will pretend to be your savior the moment after they've destroyed your peace, not because they've changed, but because your survival is the very thing that keeps them fed. The antidote. Recognize the pattern. If someone is consistently present for both your worst pain and the cause of that pain, they're not your support system. They're your supplier of chaos. Break the loop by seeking comfort from people who don't need to hurt you first in order to help you later. Chapter 3. They thrive in chaos, and chaos follows them. Some people walk into a room and bring a sense of calm. Others bring a storm. A real demon in human form will never be satisfied in peaceful, balanced environments. To them, harmony is suffocating. They need chaos the way a fire needs oxygen. And when there is none, they will create it. At first, you might mistake this for bad luck. It'll seem like trouble just happens to follow them. A fight breaks out at a gathering they attended. A misunderstanding at work escalates beyond reason. Friendships implode after they get involved. But over time, you'll see the pattern. Their presence is the common denominator. These people are architects of disorder. They subtly provoke arguments by planting seeds of suspicion. They feed off the adrenaline of conflict and the attention it brings. Their chaos is never random. It's strategic. Because as long as you are busy putting out fires, you are too distracted to notice the hand that lit the match. Some people create their own storms, then get mad when it rains. Anonymous. And here's the trap. Chaos keeps you emotionally hooked. When things are turbulent, you don't have time to think critically. You're either defending yourself, solving problems they caused, or walking on eggshells to prevent another blow-up. This is exactly how they keep you under their control. Not with chains, but with confusion. How to spot it. Every environment they enter becomes dramatic, tense, or unpredictable. They stir up small issues until they become unmanageable. You notice your own life feels less stable since they entered it. Why this matters? Chaos is exhausting. It drains your emotional reserves and warps your decision-making. Demonic personalities know that if they can keep you tired and overwhelmed, you'll have no strength left to challenge their influence. If you find yourself constantly in damage control mode around someone, stop asking, "Why is this happening?" and start asking, "Who benefits from this happening?" You might not like the answer. Chapter 4. They have an aura that consumes, not complements. Energy is real. You feel it when you step into a room, when you shake a hand, when someone's eyes linger on yours just a second too long. And while most people's presence either adds warmth or remains neutral, a real demon's energy will feel like it takes something from you. It's not always visible in the way they act. Sometimes they're charming, smiling, even seemingly generous. But deep inside, their very presence drains your spirit. You might leave their company feeling inexplicably tired, anxious, or even heavy in your chest. You'll notice that your mood shifts downward after being around them, no matter how pleasant the interaction seemed. Think of it like this. Some people are candles. They burn brightly, offering light and warmth. Others are black holes. They pull light in, leaving only darkness behind. A demonic personality is the latter. Beware of those who enter your life quietly, but leave you in ruins without ever raising their voice. Unknown. These individuals often have a magnetic pull at first. Their charisma draws you in. You may even feel unusually seen or understood. But it's not genuine understanding. It's a calculated scan to identify your emotional weak points, the exact spots where they can siphon your energy. Signs you're in the presence of this draining aura. You feel emotionally flat or agitated after talking to them. Your focus or creativity drops noticeably when they're around. You dread seeing them, even if you can't logically explain why. Comment below. What part of today's affirmation, "What you think, you become," resonated with you most deeply? Why do you think it struck a chord? Your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you're serious about changing the way you think and showing up as your highest self every single day, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss your daily mental reset. Chapter 5. When the mask slips, you must choose at first. Their presence will feel like a blessing you didn't know you'd been waiting for. They will seem so perfectly attuned to you that you'll start to wonder if life has finally decided to make amends for all the betrayals and disappointments you've endured. They'll speak in a tone that feels like home, their words sliding seamlessly into the spaces where your own unspoken thoughts live. They'll share your sense of humor, your moral code, your ambitions, even your private little quirks, the ones you thought no one had noticed. It will feel almost supernatural, and in a way, it is, because they are studying you. Every smile, every nod, every moment where they understand you so completely is not connection. It is calculation. They are mapping the contours of your heart the way a hunter studies the tracks of its prey. They are learning your triggers, your fears, your deepest longings, not to cherish them, but to one day use them. It will feel like trust, but it is reconnaissance. They are not falling into step with you because they belong beside you. They are doing it so they can learn your rhythm well enough to one day lead you where they want you to go. And you won't even realize you're moving. And then, without warning, the first crack will appear. It might be subtle, a sharpness in their tone when you express a boundary they didn't expect. Or it could be sudden and violent, an eruption of contempt in the middle of what should have been an ordinary disagreement. Sometimes the mask slips in silence. You'll catch it when their face stills too suddenly, when their eyes stop matching their smile. You'll see it in that fraction of a second, when you say something that threatens their illusion of control, and their expression freezes into something raw, unfiltered, and alien. And when you see it, really see it, you will feel your stomach drop, because there will be no mistaking it for a bad mood or a momentary lapse. What stares back at you will not be the person you thought you knew. It will be something ancient, something patient, something utterly cold. The warmth you fell for will be gone, not faded, not dimmed, but replaced by an unblinking emptiness that doesn't belong in human eyes. And in that moment, some deep instinct will whisper what your heart will try to deny. This is not a misunderstanding. This is not a phase. This is not stress or exhaustion or a side of them you just haven't seen before. This is who they really are. The rest, the laughter, the tenderness, the shared dreams, was the performance. This is the actor when the curtain falls. When the mask slips, you will stand at a crossroads. One path will tempt you with the promise of the person you thought you knew, urging you to believe it was all just a fleeting shadow. The other will be steep, lonely, and terrifying, because it means accepting that everything you built together was an illusion. But you must choose, because once you've seen the truth, pretending you haven't will cost you far more than leaving ever could. The devil doesn't come dressed in red with horns. He comes as everything you've ever wished for. Tucker Max. When the mask finally slips, it will not be a dramatic unveiling with thunder in the background. It will be quieter, stranger, a small fracture in the performance they have perfected. And in that instant, their panic will not be the panic of guilt or remorse. No, it will be the panic of a predator whose prey has just realized the game. They will scramble to put the mask back on, to stitch their disguise together with frantic precision. You will see them switch tactics in real time, first flooding you with affection, drenching you in apologies, making promises so beautifully worded you could almost believe them. They will hold your face in their hands and swear you mean everything to them. They will swear they will change. And if that doesn't work, the tone will shift like a door slamming shut. The warmth will drain from their voice, replaced by a cold authority designed to make you shrink. They will lace threats into casual sentences, poison wrapped in honey. A reminder of how much they know about you, how easily they could turn others against you, how difficult life could become without them. This, right here, is the most dangerous moment. And paradoxically, it is also the most clarifying. Because in that moment, every sign you ignored will come rushing back to you. The chaos that always seemed to follow them. The manipulation you excused as misunderstanding. The way your energy was always draining faster than you could replenish it. Suddenly, it will all click into place, like puzzle pieces you've been trying to force into the wrong picture, finally forming an image you can't unsee. But here is the truth that will chill you more than the mask itself. Recognition is not enough. You must decide what to do with it. You will be given two choices, and neither will be easy. Choice 1. Stay. Tell yourself they can change. Convince yourself that this moment was a fluke, a bad day, a rare glimpse of something they didn't mean to show. Repeat the familiar lie. If I love them harder, if I'm more patient, if I just give them time, they'll become who I thought they were. This path will feel safer, at least at first. There will be no confrontation, no upheaval, no terrifying leap into the unknown. You will avoid the risk of starting over. But the cost will be hidden in small withdrawals from your soul. Bit by bit, your confidence will crumble. Your joy will dim. Your boundaries will dissolve. You will lose your sense of self until one day you will look in the mirror and not recognize the eyes staring back at you. It will be slow, and it will be complete. Choice 2. Leave. Cut the cord, even if it feels like tearing out a piece of your own soul. End the conversation. Walk out the door. Block the number. Burn the bridge so thoroughly that there is nothing left to walk back over. It will hurt. Deeply. Violently. For days, weeks, maybe months, you will question yourself. You will replay the good moments, the laughter, the intimacy, and wonder if you overreacted. You will grieve not just the person, but the illusion of what you thought you had. But then, slowly, the fog will begin to lift. Your thoughts will feel clearer. Your body will feel lighter. And one day, without ceremony, you will realize the truth. What you escaped wasn't love, not friendship, not kinship. It was captivity. Here is the truth you must hold on to. Demons do not enter your life to grow with you, learn from you, or love you. They enter to consume, and you cannot save someone whose survival depends on your destruction. So when the mask slips, when you see the raw, unfiltered truth in their eyes, do not freeze. Do not bargain. Remember that your spirit, your peace, your sanity are worth more than any bond that bleeds them dry. You are not required to keep feeding the thing that has been feeding on you. Walk away, and don't look back. When you know someone's true nature, and you still choose to ignore it, you are no longer their victim. You are their volunteer. Unknown. Chapter 9. The Dance of Trust. There comes a moment in every life when you must decide whether you will keep fighting against the flow of life or surrender into its rhythm. Those who act as if everything always works out for them learn the art of trust, not as weakness, but as strength. Trust is not passive. It is not sitting back with folded arms, waiting for miracles to arrive. True trust is active. It is dancing forward even when the music is uncertain, believing the rhythm will reveal itself as you move. Look at nature. The river does not fear the rocks. It flows around them. The tree does not panic in winter. It rests, knowing spring will return. The sun does not apologize for rising each morning. It shines because that is its nature. When you live as though everything works out for you, you begin to embody this same trust. You stop forcing outcomes and start aligning with them. You stop grasping with desperation and start receiving with openness. Trust is the bridge between the life you desire and the life you experience. Without trust, every challenge feels like punishment. With trust, every challenge feels like preparation. Chapter 10. Living as the author of your destiny. The final truth is this: life bends to the story you tell about it. If you tell yourself you are cursed, life will show you evidence of curses. If you tell yourself you are blessed, life will reveal blessings hidden in every corner. You are not merely a character wandering blindly in the script of fate. You are the author, pen in hand. And every day you choose whether to write tragedy, mediocrity, or triumph. Act as if everything always works out for you, because when you do, it always will. Comment below. What part of today's affirmation, what you think, you become, resonated with you most deeply? Why do you think it struck a chord? Your insight might be exactly what someone else needs to hear today. And if you're serious about changing the way you think and showing up as your highest self every single day, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss your daily mental reset.